Hey guys, BEA here. The thoughts and opinions on this channel and video is subject to personal opinions and facts relating to UFO and aliens. What you take from this is not to influence alien and UFO controversy, but to shed light on the UFO topic so you can then choose what you want to believe. So guys, this part is the Madonna. A lot of people may know it, a lot of people may not. Basically, this painting is a UFO painting which was in the 15th century with Saint Giovanni. And the picture, it's the Virgin Mary, and basically in the backdrop, the painting is a man and his dog staring at a hovering disc-like object. This painting isn't alone either, with everything from ancient cave paintings to Sanskrit scrolls, all depicting alien life. One of the most sightings crops up is in the Bible, called Ezekiel. This is either compelling evidence or humanity has a rich tradition of conspiracy theorists. So back in the 1961, astronomer Frank Drake devised an equation, basically, which was to estimate the likelihood of existence of life. Taking into this account a number of factors, including the average number of planets able to support life and a fraction that could go on to support intelligent life. This was then implemented in 2001, which the statistic that's shown hundreds of thousands of such planets could actually technically exist to have so-called life. President Eisenhower was President of the United States at the time of the 21st of 1954. While President Eisenhower was officially on vacation in California, the 34th President of the US went missing and was supposedly taken to Edwards Air Force Base for a secret meeting. It's funny because the excuse for leaving during the middle of the night was apparently he had to have surgery on his teeth because apparently his teeth were hurting him. But who knows what the truth was. This meeting was with the otherworldly visitors. The alien meeting took place on a remote airbase and they communicated using telepathic messages. According to Timothy Good, the alien meeting was witnessed by many people, thus creating many eyewitness accounts. Some of them obviously might not be credible, but some of these people were top official governments or people working within the government. Now, in 1954, during the time of President Dwight Eisenhower was supposedly have made this secret pact, apparently. So conspiracy theorists say, but who knows the truth, really. 3 species of aliens were in this basically conference centre in 1995. In exchange for alien technology, Eisenhower allegedly gave permission for the aliens to abduct a limited number of human beings, perform numerous experiments on Earth and in space. Some of these abductions were supposed to be documented and written down of who they were, where they were taken, and dates and times. But later on, the so-called visitors were apparently alien greys. Some people know that alien greys come from the Zeta Reticuli star system, and the technological climb in that time, we advanced so fast within the last 50 years, and it's incredible basically because humans during that time couldn't advance that fast without the help of somebody. So this is the reason why a lot of people think that the pact is real. And not just that, the evidence of the Arizona lights in basically Arizona was shown to have multiple UFOs flying in formation in the skies, and the lights are quite bright. So that evidence basically, like I said, this is personal opinions and conspiracy theorists that come forward. Not many people come forward about alien stuff because it's quite a taboo subject of where. Now, during these times of these technological advancements, they only started basically in the biggest story and what many people say is the biggest cover-up in history. And that was in the New Mexico desert called Roswell, where supposed crafts were supposed to have crashed in the deserts. Bits of alien craft and several human bodies were recovered, but then later the military basically went in, stripped it all up, cordoned everything off, and the black helicopters and unmarked vehicles were sent to the scene. And then basically during that time, the press released a publication saying that alien visitors had crashed in the New Mexico desert. Now, what's strange is that later on, the press was released another publication saying it was all a weather balloon, and that's what's stuck ever since. Basically people saying that it wasn't any UFO or any bodies that was recovered, it was just a weather balloon that had crashed. Now, you tell me, I mean, if it was a weather balloon, did they really need all these black marked, unmarked vehicles to corner off the scene? Not just that, it doesn't really add up with all the eyewitness testimony, you know, that's surrounding this. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that the government basically covered it up because they didn't want mass hysteria or any backfire from this. Now, there's probably more sightings now than there has ever been because there's new technology that can spot UFOs and aliens and that sort of thing. And basically, a lot of places debunk the so-called testimonies or eyewitness accounts that have been put forward to the government, and basically they just get dismissed as, oh, it was a weather balloon, or there was, they're crazy or they're insane. But it's a lot more harder to say that when there's not just one person coming forward and saying they saw this, or there's photographic evidence of this so-called craft in the sky, but yet they're saying that we're insane because of this. And well, like I said, the government won't ever release facts or anything saying that they've basically lied to us all this time, because it just wouldn't do that. So let's go back to 1853. There was a sighting of a number of students and professors at the Tennessee College campus on the Stephenville Lights. This is what it's called, apparently, Stephenville Lights. Sorry, not Stephenville. There was over 200 witnesses spotting a UFO. And out of some of these witnesses were 3 policemen. Now, you wouldn't really believe that policemen would really lie, being part of the law and that sort of thing. But yeah, these 3 policemen came forward and remained anonymous and put forward a case. And ever since that happened in Stephenville, with the Stephenville Lights, and this was in 2008, I believe. And basically this case was dropped, and basically said there's no compelling evidence that this even happened, despite all the eyewitness testimony, and so many people were phoning in saying that there's a craft in the sky, and yeah, just basically got dismissed, and now the case is classed as unsolved. So you can guess, obviously, that government or people like this don't really want to talk about it. Now, all these encounters are basically categorised from 1 to 5. Thousands, if not millions, of people encounter these strange crafts and entities on a daily basis. If not daily, monthly, basically all the time. These crafts or aliens or different entities are seen. And these different categories are the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and the 5th kind. Now, a lot of people are thinking, what is the 1 to 5, kind? Basically, when a person sees a UFO within 150 meters, that's classed as an encounter of the 1st kind, or basically where you're spotting the UFO. Now, basically, with the 2nd kind, it is a lot different, because there's evidence that something has landed or something's been there, like, let's say, scorch marks on the ground or indents in the ground of where, something's basically landed. That's the 2nd kind. Now, the 3rd kind is a lot more terrifying. The 3rd kind is basically where you see visible occupants inside the UFO or craft. Basically, they're basically visible, and you can see them. You can see that they're not from this planet. You can see that they're different from us and that sort of thing. So that's the 3rd kind. Now, the 4th kind is even more scary, because the 4th kind involves the person being taken from their environment. Basically, not a nice, it's not a nice situation to be in. And basically, they're taken away onto like a mothership or a spaceship or something, and they're taken into the craft, and they're experimented on. Now, the 5th kind is, I don't think there's ever been any documentation of the 5th kind, or not that I'm aware of anyway. I've not seen any reports or anything come forward about the 5th kind. But apparently the 5th kind is basically when aliens and humans are in direct communication with each other. And yeah, that's what 5th kind is. But it's very, very, very rarely that I've ever known any fifth kind occurrences. So yeah, that's what the fifth kind is. Now, with all these different kinds of, as I said before, the 1 to 5 kinds of sightings or abduction or whatever it is, the public will never ever be reassured that basically what we see in the skies or the abductions never happened, and the government will basically deny all accounts of eyewitnesses. And then there was a book called Project Blue Book, which was basically set up to identify secret organisations basically who are, I don't know, let's say, discovering different eyewitness testimonies or sightings, photos, video footage. Basically, this was set up in some time, I can't remember the actual date, but yeah, and not just that, conspiracy theorists believe that the government themselves have a hand in abductions on the general public, and basically take them without the consent, do sort of tests, maybe drug them, and blame it on UFOs. Now, I've been looking at a lot of videos and online and stuff, and apparently they said, lots of people basically said that the government is going to blame all this massive war and stuff on basically on aliens, and yeah, it's crazy stuff, guys. So guys, this has been my first video, so please keep it to a minimal, please, with the insults, because this is my first video. So yeah, that's it today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to see more content from us. If anybody has any stories, images or footage that you would like us to see, please email us. The email will be in the description, and we will definitely reply if you have any footage, like I said, or images that you'd like us to share, or if you have a story, then please, send it us. So this is BEA signing off. Bye, guys.